Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Tonight's date is November 9th, 2025. It is a Sunday. The show opened up with one of my songs. It was a Spanish piece. Spanish flavored piece, I guess. I've been mixing up the intro music. I'm going to eventually come up with one that I like. I have one that I'm licensed to use that isn't mine, but I've been rotating my songs in. And when I find one that I think it's going to be about right, then I'll just keep that as the show intro. Tonight's coffee is pistachio cream, New England brand coffee. Pistachio cream. It's okay. It's okay. I like hazelnut cream a little better, but pistachio cream is okay. We get a bunch of it, so we're using it. Now I'm just waiting for folks to join the show. I think they had a football game on today. I called my son to let him know that I'd be stopping in tomorrow. And they were watching the game, so I don't know how long that's going to last and stuff like that, and whether it's going to interfere with folks participating in the show. Now I know most of my folks that join in, they're not big football people, so they should be here, but ain't nobody here now. Ain't nobody here. Ain't nobody got time for that. So we're just killing time till they show up. Now, if they don't show up in a reasonable amount of time, I've had to do this before. People weren't here. It was darn near 20 minutes after the show started and not a single soul entered. Well, so be it, then the show gets shut down. Because the show is about a give and take. It's a conversation amongst friends. And if they're not here, I'm not just going to be spouting off to myself. If I was going to do that, I'd just give myself a scripted show and do a podcast like I used to do with the Breaking Leather show. But, hey, there's OT. Now he'll probably show up as Fred again. He likes to log in twice. It's good. It's good. Welcome to the show. So somebody's there. Doesn't show anybody on my current users list, which is weird. It's weird. But evidently people are out there. How's the audio? Is it coming in good? Been a very productive couple days. Very productive. Dropped a snowblower over at Gus's, and on Friday, and then picked up a whole truckload of wood. Thank you, Mr. Gus. OT says thumbs up, so that means it's good. So I got a huge truckload of wood. Luckily, I didn't even have to fire up the chainsaw. I brought the beast with me, didn't have to fire it up. Y'all know the beast. If you're new to the show, it's a beast. It's a 26-inch bar. She's a beast. She cuts like butter. She's nice. But I didn't have to use it because they had a bunch of old stuff that was already cut up about, 6 and change. So I was able to just put that in the back, stack it in the back. She would load it down pretty good. And that helped out because when I got home, I stacked them all up. Now I got to buck them up, which is fine, but I can take my time. And then on yesterday, even with the wind, the kids came over. They helped me put the tarps on the Frankenzebo. When folks get in, I posted it up on Facebook for folks, but I'll show it here as well because we talked about it on the show. We got 3 sides done. This week, Lord willing, as long as I got time, I'm going to do a front wall. It'll be about 2/3 wall and then 1/3 door. Fred says, saw that. Yeah. She's nice inside. It's a redneck. It's a redneck setup. There is not a square, straight, or plumb line in that thing. So as long as you don't look too hard, she's okay. She's okay. But like I said in the last show and in other shows, she was built in high wind situations, one bit at a time, as I dealt with failure after failure from the original gazebo that was there. And now there's no original gazebo there. That's why she got the name Frankenzebo, because she started out with one thing and ended up with another. Bit here, bit there. So yeah, I'm going to do the door is going to have clear plastic on it, at least. But if I have enough, I'm going to do the front wall clear plastic as well so that we can see through it. But I don't care if we see through it. If I can see through the door, that's fine. So it's going to be probably a good, I don't know, it's 12 foot across. So I'm looking at maybe 4 foot wide door hinged. And then the rest of the wall will be, the 8 foot wall. I'm going to have a latch on the inside and the outside and just a handle on the inside and the outside. Nothing fancy. So when we're inside, if it needs to be latched, we can latch it. Just a little hook latch, eye hook. And then if we're outside, we can do the same thing, latch it before we leave. Not worried about security. You can take a butter knife or something like that and go up between the boards and pop the latches. Just keep the door shut. So it'll keep most of the wind out in the front. We spent the day, good bit of the day out in the Frankenzebo today. I usually take the missus for a drive. We hit the back roads, but it's raining and crappy all day today. So we're like, hey, let's go on out and spend some time in the Frankenzebo. Fire up the fire pit. Spend some time relaxing out there. And we did. And we were dressed and everything. We had our winter jackets on. But, just fired up the pit, nice and warm. It's going to be even better when the front wall's on. We can shut the door, and we don't have any breeze coming in the front. And that's going to be good. Got the lights on in the inside. It is going to be good. Okay, let's see here. Where is everybody? Where is everybody? We ordered up some new seat cushions. You can see it in the pictures that I'm going to be showing up. They're old. I mean, they're serviceable, but yeah, we're going to get some new ones. So we got a matching set of 6. So we got 6 chairs on the inside. So we got a matching set of 6. They're coming in. They should be in this week. We'll replace those. Gus says, I'm here, been here. Hey, Gus. I told folks about you. I'll be over tomorrow. To pick up the snowblower. Just start it up and see if it moved. We talked about it this evening on the phone. Or earlier this afternoon on the phone. And he hadn't started it up. He just replaced the part. Boy, that was a bugger getting that done. The shaft was all screwed up. Couldn't get the bearings off one side, and you need to get the bearings off one side to slide the shaft the other way because the way it's geared on the inside can't come through. So he had to finagle with that, this and that, and ended up cutting it off. And tried other ways, but ended up cutting it off and then redressing the shaft and putting on brand new bearings and stuff, so, as well as the part that needed to go on it. So that was very handy, very nice. They'll be starting bucking up that wood this week. So it is much appreciated. Gus says, I got that bugger. It was no match for me. Yeah, well, he got enough tools to do this and that. He's got tools I don't have. Yeah, just don't blow yourself up, Gus. Ain't worth it. Ain't worth it, Gus. don't blow yourself up. But he's okay. See, he's right there. He's typing in there now. So he survived. No limbs lost. But yeah. So I called up my son and said, hey, I'll be, after Ma is done with work, we'll be driving the machine over. They live about 40 minutes away. So we'll be stopping by. He goes, well, what time? I said, I don't know. Sometime in the afternoon. Like, yeah, well, I got to take the kids to karate. I think it was 3:30. 3:30 to 4:45. Well, that's my window. That's about when I was expecting to be there. So we'll figure it out. Said, if you ain't there, I'll just take it out of the truck and leave it there, and then you can take care of it. Yeah, it's just a timing issue. We might be able to get there earlier. Yeah, we could probably get there earlier. The missus gets done at 2:30. 2:30. So if we got going at 2:30, yeah, we could get there before they had to take the kids to karate. Keeping on the tradition. The girls didn't. Jay did. Jay did when he was young. Karate down the street. I'd go there and I'd sit and I'd watch. Pick him up, bring him home. Karate. He didn't do that long. He did it like 10 maybe, 8 to 10. Gus says, I ordered new hoses for my torches. They're 45 years old. Good. Good. Yeah. You gotta make sure those hoses are okay, Gus. So how much they running you? How much those new hoses gonna run you? Oh, 30? Is that per hose or is that total? Because you're going to need 2. Oxygen, acetylene setup. Oh, total. Hey, that's good. That's good. Yeah, he's got two rigs, 2 gas rigs. That would be acetylene and oxy. I know how to do oxyacetylene. That's how I learned. I don't do TIG or MIG. I don't do that. I probably could, and he's set up for that too. But I know oxyacetylene. That's what I do. I can stack those dimes. Say, ooh, he's using welding terminology. Yeah, I can weld. I don't have a welder though. Now, what's the other one? You have MAP gas, right? Your other one's a MAP gas. Hey, Judy, welcome to the show. Your other gas is MAP? Is that map gas? Mr. Gus? Yes, indeedy. He's not answering yet. That's for soldering pipes. Yeah. Also known as sweating. Right? You're sweating the pipes. But yeah, you have one of those. I got one of those. I do have one of those. Believe it or not. Those things you can use map and a couple other. You can use propane out of them tips and stuff. You can use more than map. I got one of those. I ain't got those zapper zaps though. He's got zapper zaps. He can weld with electricity, like Dr. Frankenstein. I'm watching the movie. It finally hit Netflix. The new Frankenstein. Yeah, it got good reviews, and even the Critical Drinker, he reviews movies. I like his reviews. He gave it thumbs up. I'm giving it a. I've seen a lot worse. It ain't blowing my socks off. I think the special effects really suck on it, and part of the acting and direction they're going in it, not too keen on it. But yeah, for a new movie, it's not bad. Gus says that's why I had to use. That's what I had to use today after I found out I had a leak. Yeah, pow, his hose broke on him. That's not good. That's not good. But it did it. Well, didn't do it. He still had to. He still had to cut the damn thing off. But oh goodness. Okay, we got some people here. I've been waiting to show the pictures. Make sure that enough of the new crew, old crew, the crew is in. Now, let's see here. You love a challenge? Yeah, well, that was definitely a challenge. So you can imagine what I went through at my place. I'm like, I tried everything. I just couldn't get that damn thing off. It's like, and I don't want to fuck it up. Okay, here's the Franken-Zebo here. Here's the back. This looks like it's a panel on the back. It isn't. This is really, these are just slats holding the tarp in place. It's, they're under, and the back side of that is the studs. And then it's, the tarp is on it. And then this tarp goes up over the top. It's folded along this edge here because, like I said, nothing's square and level. So at least I got it on there. And that's the back, so don't worry about the mess. Now I got all this wood that's on the picnic table here. It's all stacked over here next to the Franken-Zebo, so it's out of the way. It's all cleaned up. I'll be putting these are my kayaks, or my kayak, and yeah, the back one's my kayak. This one here, the white bottom, is my daughter's. Here's my red Lincoln in here, and then you can't see it. There's another canoe, my canoe, my zippy canoe is in there. But as you can see, you got the studs on the inside, and then the tarp goes on over, and then it's fixed to it with these straps screwed all in. And let's go here. There it is. And that's, I had to move all the wood away from, this right side is where I stack the wood inside as much as I can get in there. The rest will be overflow on the outside, and then I'll just keep replacing it with a fire pit. And the chairs go around the they go here, 1, 2, 3 back here. Mine is right here on the left-hand side. You'll see it. And then there's usually 2 up front, and most people don't sit there. Now my doorway in the front is gonna come to about here. maybe just left of this support brace here. That'll be where the 2x4 will come down. And then I'll have a door, think of like a barn door, but then it's got about 4 feet wide, maybe 3-4 feet wide, and clear plastic over it so we could see through it. And there's the back again. Let's see here. Gus says that looks great. It looks okay. It's ugly as hell. It looks much better now that it's dressed, but this gives you an idea. Here we go. This is what it looks like. Let's open it up. In our lights, we can get them flash like that, or we can keep them on at different levels, and we can also adjust the color balance so they're cooler or hotter looking. So this in the front, it'll all be. You won't be able to, unless it's clear plastic, you won't be able to see in except for the door. But that's what it looks like inside. And that's the missus. She sits in the corner there. And then I sit over here. And then the guests, that's where I sit. That's where she sits. The guests sit here. And then they can sit here if they want to. And I was asked these gaps on the side. There's a gap on this side, and there's a gap on this side. And they're like, oh, is that for safety reasons, because, so you have good airflow for the fire? It's like, no. I mean, the whole top's open over here. You don't have any problems with airflow. What it is it's 12 foot wide in the front and back and 10 foot wide on the sides. So tarps that are 10 foot long will cover it. Well, the tarp in the back is 10 foot long, but it leaves 2 feet, leaves a foot on either end. So that's where the gap is. It's just the tarp was the size that we had, and we used it, and that's fine. So that's why there's gaps there. It's a redneck. It's a redneck gazebo, the Franken zebo, but we sure like the heck out of it. It suits us fine. And we don't have to look at the neighbors and everything. Gus says, I will show you some plastic I ordered for our porch. Clear, worth every penny. Yeah, I got some plastic that was from, I used it at the other property for the windows in the wintertime. So it's good and thick. It's good and thick plastic. And I think it's about 3.5, 4 foot wide. And crystal clear plastic. Judy says that's what I plan to do for my front porch, Gus. Yeah. How wide is your plastic, Gus? I presume it comes in rolls. But this is good and thick. Boy, it's good and thick. I use opaque for my side door, both on the outside and the inside. And that's just because it's got to form, especially it's got to form around the door handle. So get it most any size. Well, yeah. Yeah. I presume that the wider it is, the more it costs, of course. I'm just going to use what I have. I got a white tarp enough to go over, and then some, the front, but I want to be able to see through some of it. Yeah, we don't mind not seeing the neighbors. I don't like living in town. I just don't. I don't like living in town. It's better than Manchester. Manchester was worse. Oh my God. No, we were in the city. In the city. First winter there, had my shovel on my front porch. Someone came and stole my shovel. I told you about that. It's like, you've got to be kidding me. And the porch was up off of it had to have been 70 steps, if not more. It was up off the street because you're on the side of the hill. So somebody had to climb all those steps to get to the front porch and take my damn shovel. I walked around the neighborhood like looking for my shovel. I was pissed. I had to go out and buy another shovel. Dang it. Dang it. But that's the way it is. Some to benches. Let's see what we get going on here. Posted up some stuff. This last week was a little anemic in content, but that's going to be picking up. I just had a lot to do. Gus says I would not have been very happy either. No, I was not. I was not happy. The mayor of Chicago, along with some other mayors and politicians, spoke to some folks at the UN Civil Rights Council and wants them to investigate Donald Trump and his administration for civil rights violations involving immigrant detentions. Illegal immigrants are arrested, and supposedly that's a fucking civil rights violation. I don't think so. And need to investigate about withholding SNAP benefits. The UN ain't going to do shit, and nobody's starving. I tell you what, nobody's starving. Ain't a single person going to starve if their SNAP benefits, which they're getting paid. But ain't a single fucking person starving because they didn't get their food stamps in November. Doesn't work that way. And if they do, they deserve to die. You heard it here. If you die of starvation because you didn't get your food stamps in November, you deserve to die. And if your child dies because of starvation, you need to be charged with murder. Because you know what? If you're hungry in the United States, you can go down to any church, any police department, any fire department, any hospital, or any government building, and say, I am hungry, I have no food, you will get food. So this whole idea that people are going to be starving because they don't get their SNAP benefits, fucking piss off. Like, what the hell? Ain't happening. That's the same way was their arguments with health care. Oh, people are dying because they don't get health care. No, I'm sorry. Here in the United States, if you need life-saving treatment, you'll get it. You don't have to pay for it. They'll work out payments afterwards. They'll figure out how to pay for it afterwards. But if you need life-saving treatment, health care, you're going to get it. So this idea that in the United States, people are dying, if they're dying because they didn't get health care, it's because they didn't get it. It's not because they were denied it. It's they didn't get it. Look into every sad story and you'll find out, oh, gee, there were some personal choices involved. If you need something to save your life, you're going to get it, and then we'll work out the payment afterwards. You go to the hospital and need some treatment, you can't pay for it, get in contact with their admin, because there's usually 5, 6, if not more, different agencies and organizations that are there and that will pick up the slack for you. Say, here, contact these folks. So it is a myth. The people are just dying in the United States because they can't get life-saving treatment. They can't get quote-unquote health care. And how about this? If you got the sniffles, stay the fuck at home. Don't be using urgent care or the ER or anything. Stop it. You're just sick. Stop it. Don't go. Don't waste everybody's time. We didn't use that shit when I was a kid and growing up. Nobody ran to the doctor every time they had the sniffles. Stop it. You go to the doctor when it's really important. Did you break something? You got a big gash and need to get cut sewn up. That's when you go to the doctor. Not because you're running a fever. Unless you're running a fever for days on end and it's high, take care of it. Jesus, take care of it. Judy says, I was reading comments today on an area page on Facebook, and it was unreal. The people who are so dumb. I couldn't even find words to reply to them. No shit. That's why I read other pages. Even like major media pages, and I just got to be very careful what and where I post, because I have low tolerance for idiots, and people are fucking stupid. Same thing with immigration. Oh, yeah, acting like ICE is terrible because they're arresting people for being in this country illegal. And they go, it's only a misdemeanor. Yeah? People are arrested for misdemeanors all the time. All the time. Oh, it's a civil infraction. No, it's also a civil infraction. It isn't just a civil infraction. You can be fined. It's a civil violation, but it's also a criminal violation. There's a lot of misdemeanors that come with a fucking fine. Doesn't make it not a crime. Gus says, listen to what people from Canada say about how they have to go to get treatment. They have free health care. Right. And a lot of times they're put off for so long that normally things that they could take care of right quickly metastasize into much worse. Judy says, I recently worked at Walmart, and I can tell you firsthand, these people are not starving. They eat way better. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, you don't have to convince me. Seen it. The poor people. Yeah, the United States. The poor people are going to starve? No. I would say the majority. I don't even have to think about it. The majority of people that are poor in the United States and on food stamps are overweight to morbidly obese. And so are most of their kids. So stop it. In the West, the only in the West, that the poor people are dying from morbid obesity and comorbidity caused by it, than starvation. Like, give me a break. Gus says, they come here to pay for it because it's better and cheaper. Yes, they do. Except for medicine. Medicine's cheaper up in Canada. So the treatment's better and cheaper here, but the medicine is cheaper there. And that's because our pharmaceutical industry is charging the shit out of Americans and damn near giving the shit away worldwide. That shit needs to stop. And Congress and the Senate have been working on that too. You should charge the exact same amount inside the United States as outside the United States. Make other people start paying for that shit. But yeah. Oh, the poor and people are starving to death. Shut up. No, they're not. Judy says there was a Russian couple that came in every Sunday and bought a pregnancy test. Jesus. We need to fix that too. That's going to the anchor baby shit. That was never intended. And in fact, it wasn't intended because they specifically say, if you're a diplomat or you're not here, you've got to be subject to the laws of the United States. Not covered just because you're here and you got to obey our laws. That's not what it means. It means you must be a citizen of the United States and then have a child in the United States. See, it shouldn't even be green cards. If you have a green card and you're in the United States working and you have a kid, no, that child belongs to the nation which you belong to. Period. They need to sort that shit out. No more anchor babies. And that's another excuse people goes, well, gee, I'll say Juanita and Juan. Juan and Juanita. They've been in the United States for 6 years, and they're hardworking, and they have 2 children that were born here in the United States, and now they're being deported. What about the children? Take them fucking with you. They're your child. Take them with you. But the children are U.S. citizens. They shouldn't be, but okay, they are. Fine. You're still their parents. Take them with you. It's simple. Take them with you. Your choices led to this shit, not anybody else. Your choices. Nice people. I don't care how nice they are. Oh, they've been here for 15 years. I don't care. I don't care. The same way as squatters. I don't care how long you've been squatting on land that belongs to somebody else. They need to get rid of squatter laws. Period. Across the board. There should be no fucking such thing as squatter laws anymore. I understand why they were in place in the beginning. Times have changed. No squatters laws. None. None. In my opinion, too, that should not be a civil violation. Should be a criminal violation. If you're squatting, you're occupying somebody else's property. That should not be a civil violation. That should be a criminal violation. I also think if you're squatting on somebody's property, they have the right to shoot you down. Shoot you down. It's not your property. Get off their fucking property. You know it's not your property. Did you buy it? Did you buy that property? No. Did you sign a lease for that property? No. It's not your property. Get off their property. I am tired of it. Hey, speaking of that, we're going to old school. Judy says absolutely. We're going old school here. Gus and I were talking about it on Friday. Remember what they used to do to fucking horse thieves? Remember that? You know the sentence for horse thievery? They'd hang you. They'd hang you for stealing somebody's horse. They'd hang you. Dead. Wouldn't it be great if you stole somebody's car and you ended up being strung up for it? How's about them apples? How's about making grand theft auto a hanging offense? And let's do it all like we used to do it, publicly. Bet you that would cut down on the grand theft auto. What's the damn difference between a car and a horse? That's what they were using them for. It was a tool. It was transportation. Judy says it might straighten some people up. Right. Right. Damn right. They'll straighten them up. Just stretch them right out. Stretch them right out. Why not? If you could hang them for stealing somebody's transportation, which is their horse, why can't you hang them for stealing their car? Gus says he's good with that. And I am too. I hate a thief. I can't abide a thief. You want something, ask for it. You need something, ask for it. Don't take it. You should be able to leave whatever. Leave a wallet on a park bench. And it should still be there by the time the only time it shouldn't be there is if somebody picked it up and brought it to a police station. That's it. Pick it up, bring it to a police station. Other than that, is it yours? No. Leave it the fuck alone. Lewis. Hey, Lewis, welcome to the show. Don't remember that name. You been to the show before? But yeah, if it ain't yours, don't take it. It's that simple. You know if it's yours. If it ain't yourn, leave it alone. Said thanks first time. Welcome to the show. Each show is different. You never know what we're going to talk about. We talked about Frank and Zebo starting up the show. We talked about immigration. We talked about this and that. So right now we're talking about stringing people up for stealing cars. Yeah, I can't abide a thief. There's no reason for it. Same way as people going into store. They're stealing stuff because they're hungry. You don't need to do that. Go talk to the manager. Go talk to the manager. You don't need to steal anything. Ain't no justification to steal anything. Judy says, in this day and time, there is no excuse. We have so much more than we have ever before. If you don't have it, you can get it. Right. Again, it's not this whole, and then people go, oh, people have pride. So you'd rather be a thief. You'd rather be a thief. You've got pride. You can't go ask for help. I've asked people for help. Don't do it often. Hadn't do it often. Hated doing it. But you swallow your pride and go, I need some help. And you get the help, and you thank people for the help, and you get on your way, and you make sure that you help those who you have the ability to help in whatever way you're going to do it. That's it. You don't need to steal shit. Need a loaf of bread. You don't need to steal bread. You don't need to steal food. You just don't. Oh, you don't have clothes? You don't need to steal clothes. Again, everything that you need, that you truly need, there's people out there willing to give it to you. Give it to you. You just have to ask. Pride. You don't got pride if you're a thief. You got no pride. And I don't give two shits about you if you're a thief. Stop it. Don't be a thief. Again, tonight's coffee is pistachio cream, New England brand. Judy says that's the absolute truth. No, it is. So I have empathy. I feel for people. But I ain't fucking stupid. And I believe that people need to rise up. Rise up. You do the right thing. You do the right thing, shit'll get taken care of. Don't be a thief. Don't be a liar. Treat your fellow man right. And then don't accept anything other than that from those around you. I'm not a heartless man. I have helped countless people. I have helped people when I was having a hard time paying my own bills. I was helping people. Do you need it? Do you really need it? Is it going to do something for you? Is it going to save you from a difficult situation? But then don't be somebody's lifestyle. Don't be their job. It's like, no, I'm sorry. And there shouldn't be unless you are physically unable to work. Physically unable to work. You should have to do something for what the taxpayers are giving you. But I posted up on Facebook, I don't think that the government should be doing any of that anyways. There should be no welfare program. It should all be run by charitable private organizations and churches. That's it. And then people can be accountable for them, and the people that are donating can do so willingly. Shouldn't be done with taxpayers' money, so then people who are on fucking welfare can vote for more welfare. Yeah. See, the Founding Fathers knew that shit, and they did not like democracy for that and many other reasons. It was again why the United States was not set up as a universal suffrage government system. It was never intended to be universal suffrage. Judy says, I haven't needed anything that God hasn't provided to me, to be perfectly honest. Maybe I have done without, but everything I have needed has been provided. Yeah, I mean, I've been through rough patches. I've been through patches where, so if the kids had 3 square meals a day, I ate once a day. Once a day. Been there, done that. I never stole anything. I worked my ass off, did what I could. So don't, and I grew up dirt poor. Y'all know, I grew up dirt fucking poor. So don't tell me and don't give me the sad stories about how this person or that person, nope. Scripture even says, those who are able to work and refuse to, let them starve. Gus says I will help anyone if they need help. Just don't expect it. I never expect anything. But yeah, you're supposed to take care of your family. And you're supposed to take care of those who truly are in need. That's the widows, the orphans, and the truly affirmed. That's it. That's it. The widows, the orphans, and the truly affirmed. Now, you notice I didn't say elderly, because traditionally it was when people got old, their families took care of them. But see, here in the West, and more so the United States, the family and extended family has been exploded. There's very few families and extended families in comparison to the population in general that are like they used to be. Close-knit, and they took care of each other. It's not done. And then the government pushed getting men out of the house so that the government could be Big Daddy G. And you can have as many kids as you want, whatever. We'll just keep We'll feed you, we'll house you, we'll clothe you, we'll do this. Wrong. You can't have democracy and a welfare state at the same time. Does not work. Judy says, it's so sad. It is sad. You can't have open borders and a welfare state at the same time. You can't. It's impossible. It's impossible. If you're going to, let's say the government does take, it should be so stringent on who gets the aid and who doesn't. And for the vast majority of people, it should be very, very short amount of time. I'd say 3 to 6 months, unless you are affirmed. But again, I still don't think that should be done by charitable organizations. Shouldn't be done by government. But let's say it is. At a minimum, if you are on welfare, you don't get to vote. Period. You don't get to vote. If at any point in time in a year you're on welfare, you don't get to vote. If on any time in a voting cycle you're on welfare, you don't get to vote. I.e., let's say midterms. From midterms to midterms. If you were on welfare between midterm and midterm, you don't get to fucking vote. Presidential election. If you were on welfare sometime between any time in these 4 years, you don't get to vote. See how it works? You want to vote, don't be on public assistance. Gus says that's even too long. Yeah, I'm trying to be as gracious as I can. And then when you're on the program, after you've been on it, you can't be on it for, let's say, 5 years. I'm trying to be gracious as possible. 3 to 6 months to help you out. Then after that, you can't apply for 5 fucking years. And if at any time during a voting cycle, and it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's national or local, anytime during a voting cycle, if you were on public assistance, that does not include Social Security. That's not public assistance. That was paid into. And I'm not talking about Medicaid or Medicare. I always get them mixed up. Gus and I were talking about it too. I always get them mixed up. Medicaid or Medicare. It's whatever. Those don't count. That's not welfare. If you're on welfare, public assistance, you don't get to vote. How about this? Also, if you're caught voting in the United States and you are ineligible to vote and you're not a citizen, you are deported within 30 days. If it's found that you are a non-citizen of the United States and you voted in an election, in any election, or voting for them in the United States. Judy says should at least be a felony. No, I agree. I agree. But the thing is if it's a felony and you're going to charge them, then they're going to be taking more resources. So you got to, So that's why I'm going, I think it's just as easy to just go, you're caught, done, you're kicked out of the country. You got 30 days to leave. 30 days to leave. If you can't do so on your own within those 30 days, we will oblige you otherwise. So that means green card, that means, whatever. Because there's a lot of people in this country that aren't citizens, and they're here legally, and I have no problems with that. But they shouldn't be able to vote. Here's another thing. If you are not a citizen of these United States, you should not be able to be a police officer. You should not be able to hold any public office, or elected or appointed. None. Those should only be for citizens. And furthermore, not just citizens who are not also citizens of another nation. Dual citizenship, you can't hold public office. Period. I don't care if you're a citizen. Period. You cannot hold a public office because that means you have dual loyalties. I've said this before, too. I don't think that anybody who is not a U.S. citizen should be in the United States Armed Services. I served with a bunch that weren't. I don't think they should have been there. Dual loyalties. We're not a fucking mercenary unit. Dual loyalties. Get the fuck out. But they go, yeah, well, if you serve in the United States Army, it'll help you get your citizenship. No, how's about getting your citizenship first? Then serve. Oh, it's going to be cutting back on some. Don't care. Don't care. That's the same way with lowering standards so we have more soldiers, be it standards for fitness or weight or test scores or whatever, because we need more soldiers. Don't care. Don't care. I want quality soldiers. You have a quality military, you're going to have people clamoring to get into it. You don't want the dregs. Stop it. And stop importing Islam. Oh, this week I'm going to be posting up some articles about that. I already started this last week about that. Yeah. We got some problems, both here in the U.S. and in Europe. The way Islam works is they come in nice and slow, nice and easy, nicey nice. And they keep their mouth shut, and they go along with the club. Then when their numbers reach what they think is a tipping point, they rise up. And then they start using the system against the people where they are in. And I'm telling you, the boom of Muslims in the United States isn't because there's been a revival and suddenly everybody's, I'm converting to Islam. No, they're imported. They're not converts. They're imports. Stop it. But I got some interesting things I'm going to be posting up this week about that. There's a reason why we had, depending upon how you do it, 3 to 8 crusades. Depends upon how you figure each period. And it wasn't because the Europeans were bigoted, racist assholes. It was because Islam did what they're doing now, but also with by force. But a lot of it's what they're doing now. Until they reached tipping points, and then they started taking over Europe. And then the Europeans said, enough. And fought back. You don't think that shit's going to happen? Yeah. Believe you me, we're a lot closer to that than people think. We've got cities in the West that are more foreigners in it than there are countrymen of the city that's in it. And a good bit of those are Muslims. Like I said, I'm going to be writing up some articles this week, and I'm going to be covering some things. People are going to be absolutely shocked at how brazen and open they are now. And you ain't going to get this shit on the mainstream media. They're not going to put it out there. Because the Muslims are their pets. Just like criminals are their pets. Judy says Newsom is doing the same. Newsom's doing the same what? And if folks haven't seen my Facebook page, that's where most of my stuff gets published. Go on over to Facebook and / The Whiskey Cowboy. That's me. Have fun. Do some scrolling. There's a lot of stuff there. Peggy says Government Abbott had to shut down the Muslim city initiatives in Texas. Yeah. From what I heard, though, that what was the name? I had posted up about it. That big city they were going to put in it's a fairly big community. Something like Ideal City or some crap like that. I thought that they'd resumed again. See, this is the thing that people don't understand. You can go freedom of religion. Islam, Jews also have rabbinical laws. They do. But they don't force that upon everybody in their community. Muslims do. So it's not as simple as, oh, it's just a religion. No, if it was that simple. It isn't. It isn't that simple. You look at Dearborn, look at that shithole. Calls to prayer at 5 o'clock in the morning against local noise ordinances, and nothing's done about it. Nothing. The mayor, who is a Muslim, tells a Christian he's not welcome in his community and he's going to throw a parade the day he leaves. That's from the mayor. That's from the fucking mayor. There used to be a time where if that crap had happened in the United States, somebody'd be strung up. It's like, enough of this shit. Enough of this shit. I'm tired of it. We're losing our nation. We're starting to push back, but we're now pushing back at a time where Muslims have enough of a foothold that they're starting to rise up. Gus says my neighbor is from Puerto Rico and went in the military. I understand they're from a territory, but they are a citizen. Are from a territory, but they are a citizen for the USA. Now that they live here and can vote, but can't if they're. Yeah. See, territories are a little different. I personally don't think I'm not a fan of territories. I'm really not. But on the other hand, I don't want Puerto Rico to be a state. And the reason is it would tip the balance because they are much like Hawaii. They're very left. They would tip the balance in the other direction. I was trying to think if there was another territory. We got a couple territories out there, whether they're conservative. That's also, people don't understand how states are introduced into the United States. That's a consideration. Because all the other states have to agree. And if it's going to tip it one way or the other, and it can't, Guam is. But I think that there's another one. There's at least Guam and Puerto Rico. Let's see how many territories there are. I know those are definite too. We've got 16. We have 16 territories. Let's see if we can get a list of them. Oh, that's in history. Okay, here we go. Open up. Oh, I got to be a study.com study.com member. Okay, some of them are American Samoa, Guam, Northern Mariana Island, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Island. Let's see if I can find a full list. That's No, that's not what I wanted. How many territories? There we go. Let's go back up in here. It says we got 16. Let's see here. Excuse me, America Samoa, Guam, Northern Mariana Islands, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, minor outlying islands, Bajo, Nuevo Bank, Baker Island, Howland Island, Jarvis Island, Johnson Atoll, Kingman Reef, Midway Islands, excuse me, Navassa Islands, and Palmyra, Palmyra Atoll. Let's see here. So yeah, there's a bunch of them out there. A lot of them are really small. Gus says, funny, he and his wife think the same as we do. Very right. Yeah, it depends. There's different types of Puerto Ricans. I served with one. He was my roommate. And he was a New Yorican. He was a rock and roll. He was a rock and roll. And he was conservative. Yep. He was conservative. Yeah, I have no problems with people serving in our military if they're from a territory. But I don't think that, other than that, non-citizens should be able to serve in our military. Never set right with me. It just didn't. It's broken allegiances. And we need to revoke people's citizenship when we found out that they are a detriment to our country. It's not this like, oh, gee, you're a citizen, so fuck it. No, no. So you get people like Omar, who married her brother to get into the United States. We all know that she got in here fraudulently. Kick her the fuck out. Kick her the fuck out. Take away her citizenship. Go back to fucking Somalia. I always get a kick out of these Muslim ladies that are elected to office in the United States, can't keep their fucking mouth shut. Try that shit in the country that you came from. Try that. And the Muslim men, they just keep quiet. They're like, yeah, because they do your dirty work. part of the article that I'm going to write up. Like I said, I got a couple different directions I'm going to go in. That Muslims, they'll vote for the left, not the right. Even though, according to the Quran and their stuff, they're very conservative. They'll vote left every fucking time. Why? Because the left is against everything that keeps our country whole and strong. So they vote for the left every fucking time so that the country can become weak. And when the country is weak, and the left loves Muslims, and they help import them. Yeah, I'll go over that process. There's a lot of shit going on. So I was getting people on the left and the alphabet mafia supporting Muslims in Palestine. Are you kidding me? They'd kill you. They'd kill you. They're your buddies here because you are going to make the nation weak for their takeover. And this shit just is, it's not xenophobia. It's not conspiracy. They've fucking said it. Again, I'll be posting up the receipts. It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, that's the end of this one. Get over here to my Orca. Again, tonight's coffee is pistachio cream from New England brand coffee. Folks listening like this kind of content and this sort of... Look, I'm not always this fired up. A lot of times we just talk about all sorts of other stuff. But if you like this sort of thing, feel free to make a donation. There's a link in the description of the show. You can make a one-time donation or set up a monthly. Every little bit helps. If you're questioning whether you might want to or not, go on over to my Facebook page, read the content there, read the articles there, make up your mind, and then if you want to, go ahead. I've got links there as well. Gus says, playbook is right out there for everyone to read. It is. It is. And they're reading it for everybody. It's, again, they're to the point now, both in Europe and the United States, they're not even quiet about it. They're not even quiet about it. They're saying it with megaphones in the middle of New York City. Yeah. Yeah. It's freaking crazy. It's crazy. They need to be rounded up and shipped someplace. Pick your Islamic country of choice. We'll put you on the ground. Gus says that's the real sad part. Right. They're not even, like I said, they're not even being quiet about it. And Muslims are running for office, swearing allegiance to another nation and to Islam. And they're going to use their public office to support that. What the fuck? Disqualifier. Done. Disqualifier. Done. But they're doing it. And like I've said, you can't import, let's set Islam aside. Let's just go third world. You can't import the third world in massive numbers and not expect the area that they're going into to become the third world. Happens every time. Every time. The Mondami election was not a referendum on socialism versus capitalism. It wasn't. It was a referendum on foreigner versus non-foreigner. They did the exit polls. Did you know that the vast majority of people that voted for Mondami have been living in New York City for less than 5 years? Less than 5 years. And most of them were not they were foreigners. They were foreigners. The Mamdani election, which is why I tell people, you can't, the media and the Democrats are trying to spin this as if it's a sign that America is shifting towards socialism. No, it's not. That election isn't mirrored anyplace else. It's not. That was simply foreigner against Americans. Lewis says, our country is so backwards in so many ways. We need a major reset before we lose what little we... Yes, something needs to happen. I've been calling for this shit for decades now. It's like, come on, folks. This is stupid. And it started back in the mid-50s. Started back in the mid-50s. Look up cultural subversion. Cultural subversion. It was a program designed by the Soviets during the hot part of the Cold War. And they started to subvert nations in the West, focusing hard on the United States. And they knew it was a long game. That's the same with Islam. It's a long game. They're willing to bide their time. Put a seed here, put a seed here, put a seed here, put a seed here, until the forest is growing up around them, and then nobody can do anything because they didn't see it coming. Happened slowly. Yep. I wrote an article about it too. And there's a YouTube video of one of the former Soviet spies, one of their top spies, and he's telling everybody, we've been doing this shit. And the video was from like the 70s or something like that. It's like, yeah, they've been doing this shit. That's how you get. And then people on the right, we just to get along, we don't want to ruffle feathers, and we're too busy working. And the left's got all the time in the world, and they're doing everything else. What's it going to hurt? What's it going to hurt? What's it going to hurt? Well, it hurts everybody. The whole trans ideology, gender ideology, hurts everybody. Hurts those caught up in it. Hurts society around them. Gus says, I watched it. Yeah. He just right out in the open, he says it. Here you go. But, yeah. And when this whole gender ideology came out, stop. Stop it. This is pure insanity. It's pure insanity. But you couldn't say anything on social media. They'd cut down your posts. They'd close your pages. They'd kick you off platforms. If you spoke the truth. They did the same thing for COVID. If you spoke the truth. All in the guise of misinformation and fucking stopping hatred and bigotry. It's like, no, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. If you had let's say you had a son or a daughter and they had bulimia, would you affirm their belief that they were overweight? Would you do that? They're wasting away to nothing, but you're making them. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You need to keep puking your guts out because, you're fucking fat. You're a fatty. My God, I don't even know how you got that fat. By all means, keep puking your guts out. Would you do that? No. Then why on earth would you, if your child came up to you or your best friend come up to you and say, hey, Gus, I've been listening to a lot of Shania Twain lately. And I know I got a little bass in my voice, but no, I think I'm a woman. Man, I feel like a woman. Yeah, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off my giblets. I'm going to have my penis split and inverted, so I have a vagina. I'm going to take these hormones, going to shave off my beard because I've always been a woman inside. If Gus didn't slap me up beside the fucking head, say, what the fuck is your problem? John, stop it. A true friend wouldn't let somebody go through with that. Wouldn't let them. John, you're wearing a dress and high heels? Well, besides, I'm 6'4", so. But hey, that's the perfect type. Ever watch this, like how many of the guys that look like linebackers, they look more, a lot of the guys trying to look like gals look more masculine when they're trying to be a gal than they did when they didn't. Judy says, I damn sure would. Right. You wouldn't let your child or your friend do this stupidity. And I told you, the vast majority of the people that claim to be transgender, they're not. They're trenders. They don't believe it. They don't believe it. It's fake. They know it's fake. They don't believe it. It's a power play. They are LARPing. Men who do it tend to also suffer from autogynephilia, which means they get turned on thinking that they're a woman. So every time they dress up and they parade out in public, it's a sexual thrill for them. You don't encourage that shit. I don't care what you do at home. Look, you want to get your jollies off dressing like a gal and putting on a wig and pretending you're a gal. Most of them, they're not even gay. They still like women. That's why you see so many of them, I'm a lesbian. No, you're not a fucking lesbian. You're a dude with autogynephilia. Stop it. You want to play that game with your partner at home? Hey, have at it. Have at it. Don't bring that shit out of your house. Because that's what it is. It's a sexual fetish. It's a kink. That's it. It's not a real gender identity. Same way it was Z, Zer, that all these other, and I'm non-binary. What the fuck is non-binary? I'm neither male nor female. You're fucking stupid is what you are. I'm neither male nor female. No, you're either male or you're female. Oh, well, what about the intersex people? And they get, look, those are anomalies. Anomalies. Lewis says, aha, they're sick. They are. Those are anomalies. People who have more chromosomes than they should have, and they have chromosomal markers for both male and female. That's an anomaly. They're a freak. Sorry, it is. Intersex. No, you're an anomaly. You know what's also an anomaly? Down syndrome is an anomaly. They do not share the characteristics of everybody else out there. And there's far more people with Down syndrome than are intersex. Gus says I'm a carrot. There, I said it, damn it. You're a carrot. Gus is a carrot. How do you feel like a carrot? I'm a racist carrot. That would make me a parsnip. I'm a white carrot. It's a parsnip. Oh, goodness. But yeah, it's all a big game. It's a big show. And people's lives are getting ruined over it. And here's another thing. Men get the attention, but did you know that there are far more trans women than there are men? Far, far more women that claim to be trans than men. Men are just better at things. They're more visual. They get in your face. But yeah, there are far more women who claim to be trans, non-binary, they, them, Zers, than there are males. And you know why? Because women are susceptible to social contagions like that. That's why you find suicide rings. That's where you find pregnancy rings. That's when you find a bunch of women all doing the same thing. It is a social contagion, and especially young females are extremely susceptible to that. It's biology. It's just the way they're wired. That's why I say again, that's why women need a good man. Men need a good woman. Absolutely. Absolutely. But women need a good man. It's going to act like a man. Keep that craziness under control. We're a team. Come on. We'll help each other out. You keep us from killing the world, and we keep you sane. But Jesus. Ah, good coffee. Yeah, the society just, they went along with it. What's it going to hurt? That's the same way with same-sex marriage. What's it going to hurt? What's it going to hurt? It hurts a lot. Hurts a lot. You want a civil union? Have a civil union, because that just means it's a business contract. Marriages are more than that. And how about this? Get government out of marriage. Judy, Gus says, you listening, Judy? Get government out of marriage. Plain and simple. Used to be a religious thing, too. But it also helped with voting and helped with, there's a lot of reasons why government got involved. But, yeah. Lewis says yes. Hey, Lewis, where are you hailing from? And how did you find out about the show? I like to ask that of most people when they first start watching. The regulars, we all know where they're Oklahoma and New Hampshire and Kentucky and I think one was in Louisiana, I'm not sure. And Oregon. We had some folks from California. We get some folks from Europe join the show every now and again. So where are you located? State's fine. He says Mississippi just popped up, and whiskey and cowboy sounded more like me than anything else. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I hope that the show is meeting your expectations, but like I always say, you never know what we're going to talk about. We may talk about old movies, TV shows, music, cars. You never know. I usually start it out. I have bullet points. I usually have between 3 and 5 bullet points that I want to get out of the way before the show starts, and that's as folks are filtering in. And then we just switched over. So it sounds like a fun show. I'll be back. Well, good. Yeah, it's not like most of the other. It's sort of like shows that do their call-in shows, but better. I also have a Zoom room. It's in the information underneath the show. It's not up and running now, but if somebody wants it, I'll start it up. Gus joins us a lot in there, and there's other people, so you can talk real time. It's like calling in, but you don't have to call in. You just join the Zoom room. Gus says we talk about absolutely everything. Yeah, you never know what we're going to talk about. And if the flavor is to your liking, if you got a Facebook account, go ahead and check out my Facebook account. Look at the articles, look at the stuff I put out there. If you like this, you'll like my articles. And I also have an Instagram account, but that's it. Not a lot of politics on it. It's just pictures and stuff. It's Instagram. Yeah, Gus says he gets sick of typing and then you zoom. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I used to have a phone line too. I had a voice over IP and people could call in on that, but it's not as good as Zoom. Zoom is so much easier. Because then I can have everybody in Zoom. The voice over IP, I can only have one person at a time. Connie used to call on the phone line. I got to contact them this week. I haven't heard from them, Connie and Elliot. I always call him Arthur. Connie and Arthur. his name is Elliot. Go, why's that's their last name? There's the last name. But yeah, I gotta contact and say, hey, how you doing? They're out of Wyoming. So yeah, we have the Whiskey Cowboy Live, and I asked the folks when I started it up. I said, "Hey, what do you want it to be called?" I started just the Whiskey Cowboy Live because it's a live stream. You know, if you want to do, they want to call it Fireside Chat or Chat with the Cowboy or whatever like that. And the unanimous thing was, yeah, just go with Whiskey Cowboy Live. It's easy enough. I had a podcast. It was called Breaking Leather. Breaking leather, by the way, means to draw your firearm from your holster, which, of course, was leather. So it was the Breaking Leather show. And that was usually an hour to an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours long shows, depending upon how much stuff I needed to get out. And it was all scripted. So I got the information that I needed out there. Lewis says, I thought it was a great name for the show. Yeah, it's fitting. I'm the Whiskey Cowboy. I'm John, by the way. The Whiskey Cowboy. And it's live. But we welcome everybody. We've had Muslims join the show. And then we generally don't talk about Islam then. Gus says, John is the one and only. I am. Okay, I'll say it. I am the Whiskey Cowboy, the one and the only. There is no other Whiskey Cowboy in the world. Don't believe me? Google it. Or whatever. Use Yahoo, whatever. Search engine of choice. Type in the Whiskey Cowboy. I'm the only one that comes up. Now there are like the Whiskey Cowboy Saloon and stuff like that. That doesn't count. I'm talking about actual people. There's only one. There's only one Whiskey Cowboy. You'd think that there'd be more. There's not. It's just me. Said, nice to meet you guys. Well, it's good to have you on the show. Again, you never know what we're going to talk about. And then here's another thing. If I start the show and I say, I'm in the mood, it's going to be a hot one. It's going to be a hot one. Laurel likes those shows. She got disappointed the last time I said I was in the mood. I held myself back. She's like, I wanted a little bit more fire than that. But when I'm in a mood, I'm in a mood. But I'm not in the mood. I've had a lot of work done this last week. Again, I'll thank Gus. Gus, thank you very much. Got some wood for the Frank and Zebo fire pit. Got to get that bucked up. But love my truck. I can't say that enough. I love my truck. I love my truck. And then Gus helped me with my son's snowblower. It's a long story. That wasn't something the average person couldn't have fixed this. It was only a under $20 part originally that needs to be replaced. You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it, right, Gus? The average person, if you said go ahead and fix it, they ain't going to get to it. Yeah, when you have some bearings that don't want to come off, and they need to come off to change that one part, yeah, it ain't happening. So that was a good adventure. So he got that finished up for me today. It was a chore. It was a chore. Chore. I got to get over there and help him cut up a tree that they took down over at his neighbor's property, his relative neighbor's property. It's a big old pine tree. I think you got an oak there too. Isn't there a smaller oak underneath it? We'll get that cut up. The good part is it's already felled, so I don't have to worry about that. It's down. We just need to limb it up and then try to get it into manageable parts. It ain't going nowhere, though. It ain't going nowhere. I still got to cut down my son's tree. It ain't quite as big as that pine tree, Gus. It ain't quite that big, but it's big. I may get it this fall before winter comes, or I may just say, fuck it, I'll get it in the spring just before she starts budding. It says can't wait, no rush. Oh, it's a maple underneath it? Okay, maple. Yeah. So we'll get it figured out. Yep. To tell you how much I love my truck. She's a pretty truck. She's not a fancy truck. Gus's truck is way fancier than my truck. My truck's bigger than his, though, because he's got the newer body style. They're a little bit narrower. I got the old body style. Got a lot more cab room in it. His is fancier. He's got more bells and whistles. Gus and his fancy red truck. John with his old school black truck. She's just black and beautiful. Black and beautiful. I didn't once get out on the water this year on the canoe, and that's what I put the racks on for. It's like, oh Jesus. Lewis says I sold my favorite truck. Need to get to work on my newer one though. Yeah, got to have a truck. I'd been like 20 years without a truck. Always SUVs and minivans. Had a lot of kids. So it just couldn't cart them around in a truck. But the kids have been gone for quite some time. And I finally get around to getting my truck again. I got my truck. My black truck. Let's see here. My black truck. See if I can find it. My black truck. Search for truck. Let's go. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. That's it. But it's okay. That's it with all my gear in the back. Let's see if I get a picture of it with the racks on it. Doobie doobie doo. I think I got one. I think it's in the reels. I think I got it with it when I put the. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's go here. That's the racks on it, and got one of my canoes and my daughter's kayak up on the rack just to see if it was going to fit. I can throw 2 kayaks in the back as well. It's my truck. Gus says I like mine. I do miss the long bed. Yeah, long beds are handy. Well, we did fine. We put the tailgate down on it. Put the tailgate down on it. Now let's see if I got any other. There's the back of my truck, back window. There you go. Got the Whiskey Cowboy information on it. Simple. I'm not a big flashy guy. Love my truck. Love my truck. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. We the People edition. Dang right. Dang right. Nah, she's a big truck. Lewis goes, that is nice. Never had a long bed. Always a short bed and a trailer. Yeah, I need to get a trailer. Yeah, short beds drive good. They drive good. Long beds, man, they come in handy. Now, again, I can put the tailgate down. I did with the last load of wood, and she's fine. I just strapped the wood in there. But yeah, she got the big old Hemi in it, and she got the trailer brake and that stuff. Excuse me, but she ain't got all the other bells and whistles. Gus has got a pretty truck. What do you got for a truck there? Is that a Ford? Did you get a Ford there, Gus? Red. She's sporty. Sporty truck. Lewis says, yes, they do drive better and got to be more maneuverable in the woods. They can be, yep. Yep. I think they look better, too. I think they look better visually. The best proportions, though, I think, on a truck is I like, and they don't make them much anymore, is the cab and a half, whatever they call that. It's like a cab and a half, and then get a modest bed in the back. You see a lot of Fords like that. They make a nice plow truck. Says, yeah, I agree with that, too. Yeah, just proportionally, they just look better. Also, a long bed with a standard cab to me looks goofy as fuck. they do. Something just doesn't look right. A regular cab and a long bed, it looks like something's missing. So yeah, if you get a crew cab and stuff like that, you get a more cab area with a long bed. It looks visually better. Lewis says yes. Yeah, there's something that just looks weird. Gus says, yes, Ford F-150, basic model. Yeah, your basic model ain't as basic as mine is. Of course, it's newer. I got 2019. So your basic model is got way more bells and whistles than my truck does. I got more room on the inside, though. I love the room. My knees aren't hitting the dash. Again, I'm a tall guy. My knees don't hit the dash, don't get in the way. The missus gets up in it. She got a step stool. I put it up and she gets up into it, and then I do the reverse. Judy says, I have a crew cab GMC with a short bed. Love it. Yeah, probably drives nice. Yep. I think that's what I got, right? Crew cab is the 4 full doors, right? 4 full doors. There's people out there that go, oh, if you don't got an 8-foot bed, it's not a real truck. Yeah, kiss my ass. Everything you're doing with that 8-foot bed, I can do with my bed. It's just going to be open in the back. It's just going to be open. Yeah, I can't fit it in with the tailgate up, but everything you do, I can do. Gus says, yep, crew cab. I like crew cabs. Because if I got people to ride with me, they got. Lewis says, I got a crew cab short bed. Love it, but I need to do some work on it soon. Yeah. Oh, speaking of the back seat, I got Earl on the back seat. I got some bar and chain oil on the back seat. Because remember, I didn't have any place to put the chainsaw on Friday. So I took some of my industrial paper towels and I put it down. I'm like, okay, this should be fine. It wasn't fine. So I got it cleaned up. Yeah, it happens. I got it. So I put the baking soda on it, sitting there. I'm going to vacuum it up. And the good thing is it's clean oil because I got a clean saw. And it was brand new bar and chain oil. So it wasn't even sitting in it. I just filled it that morning. And if you're familiar with bar and chain, it's got virtually no color to it. So it's not like there was a big stain. It was just wet. So I'll get that. But I ordered a nice seat cover now. It's like, this shit's not going to happen again. If I have to, I'll just fold it up and put it behind the back seat. But if I need to put something in the back, I'll put that big seat cover on it. And she's waterproof. And so that came in the mail today. And the Amazon retards delivered it at the wrong door. Back door is fine, but all of the stuff says on the front porch. Gus has seen my house. I have a front porch. The side door doesn't have a porch on it. Just has a little overhead, and it's not even. You can't even open it up because it's got a framed screen, but it doesn't open. It doesn't open because there was no screen door on it. So I just put a framed screen to keep the bugs out. And I can open up the inside door to let the breeze in the summertime. But you can't walk out through it. It's another project of mine, but whatever. Does your seat flip up? Yeah, it does. I was retarded. Stop it. Yes, my seat flips up. I just didn't do it. I had other stuff on the seat. I had some other stuff on the seat. They could have went down on the floor too. Lewis says Amazon drivers wasn't too bright as house. No, they're not. But yeah, you didn't even see me. Gus, you haven't seen me with my full rig on. I got one of those nice hard hats with the ear muffs that are attached to it and the visor thing that comes down and keeps the shit out of your face. Nice bright orange one. Put on my gloves. Go. My gloves. Look at this. See this? See my finger? See the Band-Aid on it? You see a Band-Aid on here. Got a Band-Aid on my finger. Ah, motherfucker. I did that yesterday. I'm holding a screw and I'm bzz, 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 and of course, it's going to jump out and screw into my damn finger. the drill bit, the screw bit, the damn thing. Should have put my gloves on, but the problem is because we had to stretch the tarp. Had to stretch the tarp. Can't do that with gloves on because I can't grab it. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do it without gloves. Yeah, sure as shit. Right into my finger. You know the bad part about that? This is my fretting hand. This is my fretting hand. You ever try fretting a guitar when you got a Band-Aid on your kinky part? So it takes a few songs to work that Band-Aid in so it's soft enough so that I can fret the damn guitar. Boy, I was on fire today. Wasn't a song that didn't come up that I couldn't play. It's like, there you go. Oh, love that guitar. But I will get a new video for you folks and put that on there. Speaking of that, Lewis and other people, I have 2 channels on YouTube. Do I sing as well? I do sing. I can't sing and play at the same time. So I've been told that I need to record some songs. I'll see if I can record a song or 2 for you folks, but I can't sing and play. So I may be able to play over my singing, but I can't do them at the same time. I'll get it sorted out. I have 2 YouTube channels. This is the Whiskey Cowboy Official. Judy says, I bought some Ring cameras for my front and back doors. I couldn't get the back door put in. I had to get new bits. Yeah, it happens. But I have 2 channels. The Whiskey Cowboy Official. That's the one that you're on now. That's where the political stuff and the social stuff and my live stream goes on that one. The Whiskey Cowboy Life, on the other hand, that has canoeing, driving, the chickens, dulcimer, anything not social and political goes on the Whiskey Cowboy Life. So you get, let's see here. I'm gonna pull up something here for you. Okay. Now I'm gonna start playing a video. I wasn't really dressed. I was in my jammies. I had on sweatpants and just a shirt and a t-shirt and I wanted to get a video out for you folks back. This is my latest one. Let me know. Judy says the dulcimer is pretty cool. It's an awesome piece of art. The dulcimer is. Let me know if this audio is breaking up or whether it's smooth. Okay, is the audio smooth or is it breaking up? Okay, sounds good. Okay. So yeah, that's me just not dressed. Let's see here if we got something else here. Let's see if we got something with the dulcimer for I don't want shorts, videos. Here we go, videos. Let's see if we can get the here we go. No, I don't want the advertisement on here. There we go. So yeah, I got some videos up there for folks, and some of it's different flavors from others, and jazz is where I live. Jazz, smooth funk, blues. You got a few songs up there. I got to get some more. Oh, got some smooth funk. The smooth funk. Yeah, some smooth funk from the Whiskey Cowboy. That's where I live. Jazz, smooth funk, blues. I'm not a great player, but I get a great bit of enjoyment out of it. And that's my little corner of the living room. That's where I got my guitars and stuff. most of them. Got my amps. And yeah, the dulcimer has an interesting sound to it. And you're not going to get that sound out of everybody because, like I said, mine's a hot rod. It's got, or Cadillac. It's got piezos in it and humbucker pickups in it, running it through my amp. And then I dial in my tone. So it's my tone. And most dulcimers don't sound like that. And most dulcimer players don't play the way I play. But it is what it is. And I also like going out to the lakes. It's done for the year. It's too cold out there. But in the warm months, I'll take my portable amp out to the lakes and sit down there with the missus and have our coffee and donuts, and I'll play for 3 to 5 hours out at the lake. And if folks want to listen, they can listen. Part of what I like to do. I'm a Renaissance man. And that dulcimer was expensive. Folks who follow the show and who follow my content, they knew when I first commissioned it being done. It's a custom job. Custom wood, custom design. I designed the F-holes in it. They're Glencairn glasses with a mixture of traditional F-hole. Helped design the fret markers. Modified whiskey vapors. But yeah. Terry McCafferty built that. He's out of, I believe he's Texas and New Mexico. I think he's got property in both. And he's one of the nation's premier dulcimer builders out there. And I contacted him a few years ago and I said, hey, I'm thinking about doing a whiskey cowboy dulcimer. And would you like to do it? And how much is it going to cost me? And I got every option available on that dang thing. And she is truly a work of art. Trying to think of whether I got a no, that's nothing here. And let's see here. Gus says, not trying to be rude, but I'm yawning like crazy. Oh, it's almost top of the hours. I am calling it tonight. Everyone have a great start of the week. John, we'll talk in the morning. We will do. Not too early. Nah, I'll give you until 9. I'll let you know. Lewis says, that's so cool. I know you enjoy it. No, it's absolutely wonderful. Trying to find it. I know I had. Maybe it's I thought I put it up. I can't see it on whatever. And my Taylor, that Taylor for folks, that is a Taylor 314 CE. Solid, figured sapelli, sides and back. It's just, beautiful. A torrefied Sitka spruce top. Torrefied means they dry it to age it. So she's out of the box, sounding old. Mahogany neck. Got black tuners, Grover tuners on it. And I think it's Victorian inlays, scrolled inlays. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful guitar. I never feel like I'm short. Never feel like I'm short of guitar on that one. In the past, I have been. This one is like, ooh, she's a dream to play. She's expensive. I don't own a lot of stuff, but I try to get, like my canoe. I've got a Lincoln that I've that I grew up with. That's I'm repairing. It's 16-footer tandem, but my canoe is my North Star Phoenix. It is their black light layup. It's carbon fiber. It's super light, super fast, super tippy, but super fast. I keep up with the kids in their kayaks. I do that. I keep up with that one-sided with a paddle in my canoe. She's fast. And she's the the most, that's the highest value one. But again, I just make sure I save up my money, get the best I can in my price range, and then treat it right and keep it. You don't have to have everything. Just do things right. So yeah, anybody watching the show, the Whiskey Cowboy Life, I got those other videos, and then when I put up my new songs and stuff, they'll go on that channel as well. Also remember, go and follow me on Facebook. That's where most of my stuff goes. That's where my articles and stuff are. But goodness, I didn't need to go off in that direction, but we had a new feller, so. Judy says, "How are you, Peggy? Everything okay with you?" Peggy says, "Hey, Judy, thank you for asking. Been a lot going on with my family. I'm so exhausted. How are you doing?" Did I see Peggy jump in, or was the first time she posted when she said goodnight to Gus? Oh no, she posted up about Greg Abbott earlier. Sorry. I usually welcome everybody. Welcome to the show, Peggy. Sorry for not welcoming you directly. And what's been happening? You're exhausted. What's been happening? Nothing bad, I hope. I got a sneeze working. I'm thinking, okay, when's it going to show up? If it does, I'll go ahead and I'll mute it so you don't have to worry about it. Oh, there we go. Get quick on the draw on that one, boy. Yeah, by golly. So, anything that folks need to pray about there, Miss Peggy? And I don't know where Laurel is. Laurel ain't Laurel is usually the first one on the show, so I hope she's doing okay. But I'll be contacting Connie and them this week too to see how they're doing and give folks an update. Judy says, "I'm good. I'm glad to see you are here. All the tornadoes and stuff I thought about, you were, what was going on? Yeah, naders happen. Naders happen. Had some naders in my my burger tonight. Different kind of naders, though. Not to be confused with Ralph Nader either. We had smash burgers. Kids were over. They had asked me, "No chicken." They've been eating too much chicken. So what do you want? Smash burgers. Okay. That's fine. Peggy says, "Thank you, John. My grandson moved and I insisted on helping. Now winter is coming and I have a ton of yard work. Getting old is all." Yeah, no, no, I get it. I get it. I'm going to be pushing up against the wall. I got most of my yard work done, yeah, for the most part, but I got to buck up that load of wood from Gus's and get that stacked up. Most of it inside the gazebo. But, Lewis says, "Oh, my dogs figured out. They like maters and have stripped my plants." Yeah, it's not good when, yeah, because it's generally within reach. Yeah, dang dogs. Dang it. Dang it. Speaking of dogs, Hudson's still still kicking around. He getting old. Can't see out of one eye now. Cataracts all clouded up over it. But he's okay. Lewis says, yep, I should have thought of that. Yep. Should have remembered the rock. I should have. Okay, what movie? What movie? Again, everything is a song, lyric, or a movie, so there you go. Should have remembered the rock. I should have. What movie? Come on, I did it in an accent and everything. And it wasn't an Asian accent this time. What movie? What movie? I should have remembered the rock. You should have remembered. Come on, folks, you gotta don't Google it. If you do, it'll come right up. Just don't Google it. If you don't know, say you don't know, and I'll tell you what it is. So when the movies always say, it's a good movie, but not historically correct, and that wasn't his nickname. It's from Braveheart. From Braveheart. And Braveheart wasn't William Wallace's name, damn it. It was Robert the Bruce's nickname. It wasn't William the Wallace's, but it makes for a better movie title. And they didn't wear kilts. Kilts didn't come for another about 300 years after that. Judy says, my dog perches on top of my head. It's annoying. I think I'm going to get him a dog. What the hell? That's kind of random. That's random. My dog perches on top of my head. It's annoying, but I think I'm going to get him a dog. You're going to get your dog a dog because he sits on your head. Perches on the top of my head. That's cute. He sits on her head. Dang it. She says, that's what I say. What the hell? Yeah, no kidding. Get out of here. You crazy. You've lost your damn mind. Go sit on his head. What kind of dog is it? What kind of dog you got there, Judy? Oh, is that were you the one that got the new dog? Itty bitty thing? One of the members, one of the regulars got themselves a dog a while back. Right, freaking bully. Yeah. It's a mini pit bull thingy, just a bully. Yeah. It was you. I knew somebody did. And he's sitting on your head. I'd sit on his head. So how do you like that? How do you like them apples? My goodness. Other than him sitting on your head, how's he doing? Yeah, it's a little bulldog. It's a little one. It's a miniature one. It's a little one. It's not a big one. Peggy says, I don't know how we could cope without the love of our pets. Yeah, well, we got the chickens. Those are the misses, though. They're not mine. Talk to Gus about this. Like this, they're not mine. I set everything up for her, and I got everything squared away, but they're not my chickens. And they're not laying. They ain't been laying for 2 weeks now. Them damn things. Yeah. Judy says, he is so bad. He's a bully cowboy. He is so cute but annoying. Yeah. I'm sure he's quite the character. You got to tell him who's boss. Come on there, Judy. Tell him who's boss. So you're not going to do this, little bugger. Little bugger. Yeah, my last little one. It's my 2 strikes dog. It's Gracie. You know her. She's the fox-faced Pomeranian. We rescued her too. And they're a one-person dog. I'm a big dog guy with short hair, and she's a little itty-bitty dog, or was a little itty-bitty dog with long hair. They have the 2 coats of hair. And she chose me as her human. They're a one-person dog. She chose me. Weren't we the odd couple? 6'4", 200+ pounds. And her. Let's see if I can find a picture of her. I'm sure I could find a picture of Gracie. Let's go here. Gracie. There we go. Here we go. This is Gracie on my front porch before she passed on. There's Gracie. And there's me, my boots, and there was my my stove, my pellet stove. We don't have that anymore. That's me on my recliner, and she's sitting down. She liked to sit on, when you flip up the legs, the feet thing of the recliner. And of course, my legs are longer than what it is. And I got a jumbo recliner, but my legs go down. But that's Gracie. She's sitting on the foot part of the recliner when it's up at night. That's where she'd like to go. And that was her spot with her human. And again, there she is on my front porch. She had character. She was something. She was something. After her, we said no more. But then, of course, several years later, hey, you know what would be good? It'd be good if we have a... see, we got Hudson here. There's Hudson. Here's Hudson. He's got a lot more gray on his face now. There's Hudson some years ago. There is Puffin. Puffin died. Puffin went with my youngest when she moved out. And Puffin died this last month. He was an old feller. Regal cat. Oh, he knew he was beautiful. There's Hudson again. Hudson Goofy. But he's all white and gray in the face now. And his left eye is all cataract over. There's Hudson. There he is. When he was a young, spry dog. Brindle. It's a brindle. Brindle pit bull. It's a beautiful dog. So yeah, those are the my daughter. Remember? My daughter bought me a horse. She bought me a horse this last Christmas. Y'all remember that, right? She bought me a horse for Christmas. There it is. There's the horse. She was proud as all get out. She brought it in and she's like, Dad, look what I got you. I got you a horse. It's like, yeah, dang near fills up the whole couch. Oh, Lewis says, my 3 look like Hudson and are getting gray now. Yeah. 2 brown and white and 1 spotted like a cow. Yeah, so there's my horse. See, there's me with the horse. And some of my whiskey in the back. I got a little less now, but I usually keep about 50 unique bottles on hand. But there's my horse. Yeah. And now we got it. The horse has shifted the other end of the couch so people can sit on this cushion, but the horse's ass is like sort of. Lewis says that's a big horse. It's a big horse. It's quite something. But yeah, there's me and the horse. So there you go. Trying to think. Hey, Hey, you see that? See that shirt that's in that picture? See that shirt that's in that picture? Look at this. Hey, it's the same shirt. The same shirt. It's the same shirt, by golly. And here we go. Let's see here. And there's me and Hudson over in my playing corner. See how much more white he's got on? And this was back last year. But see how much more white he's got on his face? And this is back before the cataract came in. But see, he's all white. He's getting all white now. He's a good dog. He come over to see me play. He's like, hey, Daddy, what you playing? What you playing? That's me and Whiskey. That's the sun was coming through the picture. Yeah, Whiskey, you gonna drink all that? Yeah, I am. There he is again. Beautiful dog. That's me taking him for a walk back in 2018. We were out on a trail, going for a walk. Oh, there's more. And there he is in the back of this picture. See, there he is right back here. He's in my Whiskey pictures. What do we got going on here? There he is again. Nerf. Oh, look at that. Regal. Is his Nerf toy. He likes that damn thing. Used to. There we are walking some more trails back in 2018. Running around in the back. Oh, my goodness. It's like, let's see. What do we got here? Oh, hey, what you looking at? Hey, what you looking at? Hey, look, I got a stick. Yeah, my stick. Oh, roll on the grass. Boy, he ain't that spry no more. He ain't that spry no more. There you go. That's a nice picture. I love that picture. You see, no white, except for on the nose there. He's a good boy. I think that's about it. That's that. That's Hudson. Memory lane. Memory lane. They get old. They get old. And the missus says after Hudson, no more. Yeah, we heard that before. So we'll see. But yeah. He looks like a good boy. He is. Overall, the missus doesn't like him. He had some issues. Bad trainer. If you notice most of those pictures, he wasn't wearing a collar. Well, they used a shock collar on him. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't need a shock collar. Train your dog right. So we got that all sorted. He couldn't, you couldn't put a collar on him at all. You'd wake up in the morning, he'd be all bloody. He just tried to claw it off, whether it had a shocker on at all, just because that's what it is. Peggy says Hudson is a handsome boy. He is. He's getting old, though. God, he's getting old. He's got quite a few of those, those fat tumors. Got a bunch of those. And he's got a nodule in his nose. I forget what it's called, but it's a blood-filled tumor. And they start in the nostrils. And sometimes they'll go on both. What they say is you leave them alone because they're filled with blood. They can actually bleed out if they try to remove them. So they only do that if they can't breathe. If they can still breathe and they're comfortable, you leave them alone. So he's got a nodule on one side. Flares up a little bit sometimes. It's okay now. It's been bigger. It subsided a bit. He's just getting old. We all have our problems. I did tell you, I told Gus. As folks know, last November, I pulled my glute and my hip flexors on my left side. So I was fucked. It hurt. And then I finally got that taken care of by late spring. I was back, still limping some. I got arthritis in the hip. Duh. Arthritis a couple places up the back. Duh. Okay. Got arthritis now in my hands. But whatever. So then Then I'm fine-ish. And then this late summer, just as fall was sitting in, I broke my rib in the back running from bees and tumbling down a hill. So I broke my back and pulled a muscle. That's all fine. So I'm okay. Well, this past Monday is trash day. Brought the trash out to the road. Was walking in, had my slippers on. Ran my foot hard into some pavers. Damn near broke my foot. So I was limping for 3 days. It's like, what the hell? Stop it. Oh, my goodness. Judy says, I bought a shock collar for my dog, and I never even took it out of the box. I just couldn't know. But to be fair, he is a bad butt. Yeah, no, I get it. There's other ways to train him, though. If you want to do something, if you want to use a collar, get the vibrating ones. Do not get the shock ones. Get a vibrating one if you must. Because what that does is then you train them to associate that sound with a command and doing the right acts, but it doesn't hurt them. I'm still not a fan of those either, but never a shock collar. Oh, and the guy, he was so proud of himself. Oh, I've trained him so well. I've trained Hudson so well, blah, blah, blah. He fancied himself that, who's that short little guy that trains dogs? That he was real popular a while ago, not so much anymore. Lewis says, my doctor told me that we get older, we get hurt easier, it takes longer to heal. Yeah, your doctor didn't have to tell you that. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. It's like, no. I don't heal as fast. Used to be, I still heal pretty quick, but it used to be I healed super quick. I got scars. We went over that. I'm like Al Severs from Geronimo. He's talking about all the times he'd been shot and stabbed, and he goes, that's me. I take off my clothes and I got scars everywhere. But yeah, I don't heal as fast as it's like, yeah, I ain't gonna fight you. I'll go kill you. I ain't gonna fight you. I ain't going to dance. I'm too old to dance. I'll just kill you. There's no in between. No, really. Once you pass a certain age, there's no in between. I didn't play that game when I was young. But yeah, now, no. Lewis doesn't know my resume, though. I'm a former soldier and former police officer. Yeah. I don't play. Drew says truth. Even young people are dogs. Even young people are dogs what? What about young people are dogs? I don't get it. Basically, you get tired of me. Oh, wait. Basically, he got tired of me complaining. Oh, about the doctor? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm always armed. You don't know. Here's another thing is, have you seen the movie Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome? And he's going to Bartertown. Thunderdome's in Bartertown. And before you go into Bartertown, you have to go to the gate area and you have to take all your weapons out. I say that's like me every night. It's like, okay, knife here, there's a gun here, and it just comes out. Just so I can take off my clothes, and then I can jump into bed. It's like going into Bartertown. Yeah. The cowboy is always armed. It is what it is. What are you afraid of? Nothing. Nothing. I'm not an asshole. I don't go out looking for trouble. Oh, I got to tell y'all, we're past the hour. You want to hear about my adventure going over to Gus's the other day on Friday? You want to hear the adventure before we shut down? Peg says my daughter's dog is a rescue and needed a collar that had all three alerts to settle him down. She didn't use the shock as he responded to the others. He's great now. So you want to hear my adventure? Before I shut down the show? It's usually 2 hours, 8 to 10. We've passed 10. Judy says, I'm armed too, and I feel like it's more important now than ever. Yeah, it's always been, if I'm dressed, I'm armed. But you want to hear the adventure or not? Because if not, I won't tell you. Louis says, I agree, Judy. I told Gus. Because this is how the cowboy is. Gives you an idea. The missus, she knows. She goes, dude, no, don't. No, I'm going to anyways. So I'm driving. I'm south of Concord. He is north of Concord. So I got to drive through the state capitol to get to his place. So I leave the place and I'm driving and I make it to the capitol and I'm through and I enter the capitol proper. And I see some people holding signs on the left-hand side of the road. And I don't know what they're saying, but they're signs. And there's a street between the two groups of people. And they're holding signs, and the street's between them. They're to my left-hand side. And then just past them, there's a man standing there, and he's holding a sign. And that's what I could read. Now I knew the other signs had a bunch of stuff on it, but I could see his sign. And he was holding the sign. He was holding it up, and it had an arrow and was pointing, and it said, "Fuck these people." Wow, that's an interesting sign. Fuck these people. I'm like, okay. I didn't see what their signs were, but okay, whatever. So I drive through and I pass the Capitol and I get to the other side of the town, and it hits me. It's like, oh fuck, I'm bringing Gus the snowblower. I didn't have the part that needs to be replaced. That's back in my shed. I'm like, ah, crap. So I turn around and I call Gus. I hit my phone thingy on the dash. And Gus, I said, I'm retarded. I forgot the part for the snowblower. I got to run back home, so I'm going to take longer. I just didn't want you to think that I was like wrapped around a tree or something like that, because it's taking me longer to get there than I should have. He's like, no problem. So I drive back. Okay, I turned around and drive back. So this time I know I'm going to pass these people with the signs again. So I slow way down. So I'm not stopping, but I can see what they're saying. And I first thing is that there's that guy, and he's standing there with the sign with an arrow. It says, "Fuck these people." I'm like, okay. I'm looking at the other signs. They were pro-life signs. Okay? They were pro-life signs. They were saying abortion is murder, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Gotcha. I get it. I see what's going on. I see what's going on. So I get home. I drive home. And I get the part and I put it in the seat, the other front seat. And I drive back through. And in the middle of town in Concord, they've got, those, they're not a full lane. They're a partial lane, but it's between, there's 4 lanes downtown. And in between them, there's a partial lane, and if you're making deliveries, you stop your vehicle there, put your 4-ways on, jump out, and you make your delivery. I don't know if you're familiar with those types of things, but that's how they've got it designed now. So as I'm coming up to this group, I pull my truck over into that delivery lane in the center. Okay, stop just shy of them, put it in park, put the 4-ways on, turn the truck off, put the keys in my pocket, get out the truck. Yeah, it's the cowboy. That's what he does. I get out the truck, and I walk on over to where they're holding the signs. And I'm reading them, and I'm like, okay, gotcha, good. And I said, bless you, thank you very much. And I walked up past the other street to where the other had 2 gals that was the same group. They were holding their signs, and I read their signs, and I said, bless you, thank you very much. And they'd ask me, hey, you want a donut? And I'm like, no, I don't need a donut. I'm fine. And then I took another step over and stood in front of the guy holding the sign with the arrow that said, fuck these people on it. And I looked at him. I looked dead in his eyes, and I said, did you know these people were going to be here? He said, yes. I said, Oh, and he says, they're here every Friday. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. They're here every Friday. I said, and you felt the need to go home and make yourself a sign with an arrow on it, said, fuck these people on it. And he said, yes, well, they had their signs. I said, fair enough. Fair enough. And then he says, and they're saying abortion is murder. I said, well, yeah, actually it is. I said, actually it is. I said, unless it's not murder, if it's to actually protect the life of the mother, then it's not murder. Anything shy of that is murder. It's murder both intellectually, morally, and legally. And he had nothing to say. And he just turned and looked out into the street, still holding his sign, and said, fuck these people. I said, well, bless your heart, sir. Bless your heart. You're definitely a unique character. And I went back to the other people, and again, I thanked them. And then I went to the bigger part of the group, and they thanked me for my support. And I'm like, you don't need to thank me. I said, but I saw this, so I thought that I would show up and I'd say a few words. I said, know this. You may or may not change one person's mind by your signs. You may or may not. But guaranteed, that other fella isn't going to change anybody's mind. And again, I thanked him, walked back to my truck, got in it, went over to Gus's. Welcome to a day in the life of the cowboy. I am not shy of dealing with a situation should it present itself. I don't go out looking for problems, but I ain't going to shy away from them. And I knew that guy was there to purposely cause an issue and to intimidate, because he was right smack dab right next to those gals. It's like, yeah, you don't be doing that shit. But that's the way I am. So that was my adventure. That was my adventure. I passed on by, and then I went to get this stuff. And then when I got home, I told the missus my adventure, and she's like, "Yeah, well, yep, figures." Lewis says, "Good for you." More people need to do that shit. I'm the guy that's going to stop. I saw a guy. They tried to get through an intersection, and they didn't have their lumber done, and they just spilled it all into the intersection. I'm the guy that pulls over and makes sure that everything's okay and they need help. That's me. If there's an accident, I'll stop. I'll take care of it. We did that again, coming back from the lakes a couple weekends ago. Come back, accident. Somebody got T-boned. 3 cars. So I get out and I put my 4-ways, make sure that everything's fine. As long as somebody is, hey, everybody okay? Everybody okay? Everybody okay? What's up? Has there been the ambulance called and the police called? Yes. Gotcha. You got it under control. I'm off. If it's not, then I'll make sure it's done. It's in my nature. Should be in everybody's nature. Don't let something that needs to be done pass you by. People go, oh, liability. I don't care about liabilities. No, I don't care about liabilities. I'll deal with things as they come, plain and simple. I'm not going to not do the right thing because I'm afraid that there's going to be some legal consequences or civil consequences. No, fuck it. No. Let's play it out. See how far this goes. I'd rather do the right thing. It's the way I am. But you all know that. Judy says, I wasn't told what it was. Oh, the collar? Or no? What weren't you told what it was? That was Peggy. Peggy was the one that somebody had a shock collar but never used the shock. I have no idea what you're talking about, Judy. Another thing, and for Lewis, is everybody says when they meet me, you're just like you are online. You're just like you are on the show. Yes, I am. Yeah, that's me. It is what it is. Why lie? People are going to meet, enough people are going to meet me, to figure it out. Plus, it's a pain in the ass trying to put up a show. And it's never, just be yourself. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea because I'm a pour of whiskey. that's what it is. That's what it is. Don't leave me hanging here, Judy. You said I wasn't told what it was. I don't know. I don't know what it is. True. How long have you been streaming? Oh, goodness. The live stream has been... For years, I did the podcast. Didn't get much play. It's hard to get traction. It either takes off or it doesn't, but I did it for years. And then the live streams I've been doing for, 2 years? I used to do them on Facebook because that's where the people are. But then Facebook started to do their, you got a violation, so you're not going to be able to stream and all this other shit. And it's like, no, I'm going to move it over to YouTube and just make sure I don't trip their filters. People complain about YouTube, but there's ways to keep your content going. So then I just stream it here. I stopped about 8 months. I sold firearms I had pulled my content down. I wasn't doing it full time anymore this spring because the finances hit. So I sold firearms for the largest that's all I'm gonna say, the largest outdoor sporting goods chain in the country. I was a firearms outfitter for them for 8 months. And then I came back doing it full time. I said, okay, let's go back doing it full time. Judy says, must have been suppressing my comment. Yeah, nothing was coming up. Dang, YouTube. But yeah, so then I started back up once I came back full time. We've been doing it, a couple months now? A couple months now. Every Wednesday and Sunday night. 8 to 10 Eastern Standard. But yeah, years before that. Except for those 8 months. I just wondered why I saw you. I was kicked off Facebook a long time ago. Excuse me. Yeah, well, my content comes up in feeds periodically. And everybody's the same way. Oh, it just popped up. Unless you were a regular that you've been following, you came over from Facebook. It's like, oh, it showed up in my feed. I thought I'd give it a shot, and well, here I am. Peggy says, "Good night, all, and thank you, John. If you mean my collar, it has a shock, whistle, and vibration. Yeah, vibration was all I needed. Good. No, I got that. Thank you once again for coming to the show. I'm going to have to be shutting down because then after I close down, then I've got to clean up all the Facebook mess and then close it down. Lewis says, yeah, I noticed you and went and sunned, so I'll see you next. Oh, subbed, yeah. See you next time. Glad I did. Well, thank you. Tell your friends. Yeah, we speak typo here. We speak typo here. Yeah, if you get friends and relatives that they think that they might want to join in, by all means. If you've got Zoom and you want to join the Zoom room, when you're in the chat, just say, hey, can I come on in? And I'll get it up and running. I didn't get it up and running this time. I usually do. I don't know why I didn't open it up. And then you can talk. No camera. I don't allow that. You can't share anything. You could just talk. And that works out pretty good. But again, thank you all for joining the show. Those who may see it now or later, if you enjoy this sort of thing and you like my other content, feel free, please, to go ahead and hit the donation link. You can make a one-time donation, or you can set up a monthly donation. Every little bit helps. Like I said, I do this full-time, and I put on a crap ton of content. Most of it's articles and stuff. Lewis says, thank you, John. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. And with that, again, everybody, thank you for joining the show. I will see you bright and early in the morning on Facebook. I will be posting again and fielding questions in private message. I get a lot of those. And then the next show is Wednesday evening. Wednesday evening. Let's see here. Let's go. And with that, God bless and take care.